Hi there, I'm out in my garden today, which is fitting because this is my side garden and there are a lot of bees and little pokey things and plants growing here, and today we're talking about first aid, so this is the best place to do that. First I want to talk about a few essential oils that are great for first aid. One of them is clove essential oil. It's really great for toothaches, for quick injuries to the mouth. If you've ever chewed on a clove itself, it has a very numbing action, and you can use clove essential oil in essentially the same way. Another essential oil that I have is lavender, Lavandula angustifolia. Again, this is another kind of quick remedy. It's antiseptic, it's antibacterial. If you get a burn, it can help heal that burn very quickly, kind of seal up scrapes and wounds on the skin, and get you on a path to healing pretty quick. And the third essential oil is peppermint, which is always a great one to help lift spirits, kind of help you make you feel better. If you have an upset stomach, you can drop a couple drops of it into some tea or even just water, and it can help soothe an upset stomach and dyspepsia. It's a great thing to have on hand, even if you're outside. This is Arnica montana, which normally wouldn't be taken internally, but in a homeopathic preparation it can be taken internally to help with sprains, swelling, muscle aches, and things like that. I prefer a topical spray. This one's called Cryoderm, has Arnica, Boswellia, and Ilex. And as a spray, you can spray it directly on muscles and places that there is pain, and it really kind of cools it very fast and gives it like a chilled freeze feeling. It's really gives a lot of relief. Another remedy that is recommended for an herbal medicine kit is Rescue Remedy, which is a blend of 5 flower remedies, including impatiens, Star of Bethlehem, cherry plum, rock rose, and clematis. It's good for shock, sudden shock. Somebody has an acute injury, give them a tincture of this to help kind of calm them down and get them back on a level. And it can also be used topically, applied to cuts, bites, stings, and bruises. This is Yarrow. It's one of my favorite plants that grows in my garden. It's actually taking over my yard. It's really beautiful though. It has this fronds, leaves on the side, and this white umbrella for a top. This plant is great. I always keep an eye out for it because if you have a cut or a scrape, you can use these leaves either dried, or you can use these fresh and chew them up as a poultice and put it on that scrape to act as a styptic to stop bleeding. It's a really important plant to be able to identify, and if you have it on hand, definitely to use in your first aid kit. It's funny that I'm out in my garden. I just looked over and I saw this little plant sitting here. I'm going to pull it up. This right here is called Selfheal, which, as the name implies, is a really medicinal plant. The leaves and the flowers can be used. This one's kind of dried up, but I didn't even realize this was growing out here, so that's like an extra surprise. These are really high in tannins. Also have some styptic qualities, stop bleeding. They're kind of anti-inflammatory. They are antiviral as well. You can use these as a poultice again, chew them up and put them on whatever injury you have. You can make a tea out of it for mouth ulcers and things to help kind of soothe those and heal them. You can even take it internally. It's known as like a liver aid to help with liver disorders, but if you're not feeling well, as a first aid thing, it can help kind of heal some of your stomach if you have ulcers and things like that you're just not really feeling well. It's not a bad idea to have some of this on hand. A sometimes overlooked part of first aid is making sure that you're getting enough rest when you're not feeling well. So I always make sure I have some chamomile so I can make tea, have kind of relax yourself and make sure that you're taking care of yourself if you're not feeling well. First aid is generally an acute problem, but the overlying problems also are, and the other issues that arise are sleeplessness. So you may want to have something like this to help you feel better, especially if you say you have a stomach ache and you can't sleep and you've tried taking peppermint and other things to soothe your stomach. This may help as a synergist quality to help you get some restful sleep. The whole goal is to have things that you will use on a regular basis, and using things like lavender oil that can be used for multiple things is not a bad thing to have. Then you're having this kind of smaller, more compact kit that's going to be highly effective. So do your research, look around for the things that you think that you and your family will need in your first aid kit. Things like aloe vera are always a great idea. Homemade sunblock, homemade bug spray. These are things that you use more often than you think you do. So make sure you're putting things into your first aid kit that are effective for your family and that you feel comfortable giving them on a daily basis. Thanks.